Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday, February 17th. We're here with another album review. It's our second album review now. We had one last Wednesday, and it looks like we might be doing one every Wednesday. My name is Keb. You can follow me at I Hit Keb. I'm here with my co-hosts MCK and Darnell, Darneezy, whatever you want to call them. How you guys doing today?
Now we doing great. We looking for another album review. This is one of my choices. I picked this one out, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib.
Good choice.
Bandana.
Good choice.
This kind of just I wanted to pick this one, kind of just reflecting from last week. Benny the Butcher and Hit Boy, like just
let
going
them
like,
know.
got a rapper and a producer collab album, so it's kind of like you get the best of both worlds. You get a good rapping scene, then you get a good producing as far as the beats.
Yep.
Yeah, feel
another
free
album
to,
back to back.
Yeah, feel free to always let us know if there's a certain album you want us to review. Well, we're always taking recommendations. I think I'm up next for next week's, but then after that, we're gonna be doing a fan choice. We might have like a poll determining have you guys vote on whatever ones that people recommend. We haven't really talked that all out yet, but we'll figure something out, especially for the audience, to make them more engaged, and we're hearing your guys' feedback and all that as well. But yeah, today we're doing a Freddie Gibbs Bandana album review. Yeah, what's up, man?
Are you gonna carry on tradition with the producer and the artist, the one producer and artist? Are you breaking it? For your next album choice.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about what I'm doing yet, so I don't even know if I'm gonna break it or not.
He's gonna break
I haven't even thought about it. But I might just break it.
It's kind of like whatever your choice, whatever you desire, you want to pick. Just whatever you feel like you want to review.
Yeah, man, I haven't thought into next week yet what we're gonna do. I'll probably take some time tonight and think about it. Because there's a lot of good albums out there that we could talk about. So yeah, I haven't got that far yet. Haven't got that far yet. What I want to do. We still got a game plan for this Monday's episode too. So yeah, looking forward to that. If if you're not familiar with the show, we go live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific, for our normal episodes that we drop every Monday. And then it looks like Wednesdays are gonna be album review day. Might change up depending on if there's Kendrick or Cole dropped an album. We might do it maybe before Wednesday. It really just depends. But yeah, man, y'all ready to jump into this? You guys got anything else you want to say before we jump in?
Yeah, I could just give a little background of the album real quick. This album was made 2019. The second collab album by Gibbs and Madlib. The first one was Pinata in 2014, which is like dope. So go check that out if you haven't. Gibbs from Gary, Indiana. Fun fact is Madlib made all his beats from an iPad. From the iPad.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I read about that too.
Yeah,
I read about that. That's crazy.
That's like ridiculous to me, bro.
That's some good production to be on an iPad.
That's what I'm like. That's how you know he's like a master, bro. Like that's just.
He must be at the airport just chilling. He was just on his iPad the whole time.
Like, bro, I'm still going crazy from that. But yeah, y'all. How long have you guys been listening to Freddie Gibbs before we jump into it?
Far as me, I haven't really listened to Freddie Gibbs like all the way back. I mean, it just kind of started from Pinata, just kind of working my way up as far as all his new stuff. I haven't went back to the backstory.
Yeah, there's some projects I haven't checked out yet. That I still have to get into. But yeah, man, I remember hearing about Gibbs back in the the early 2010s. I remember hearing about Gibbs. He was kind of getting bigger by then, and seems like he's getting bigger now when I first heard him. But
yeah, I started listening to him in like 2012, I think, when he dropped the Babyface Killer album, and then just from there on, he just kept on getting better and better each album. So
yeah, well, this album, it debuted at 21 on the U.S. Billboard 200 back in released June 28, 2019. It sold album equivalent units was 18,000 the first week. So it's of course, album sales are different these days compared to 20 years ago. But Yeah,
we don't care about the
18,000.
numbers.
Numbers ain't gonna be the
Right.
same now with all
It
the
ain't the
streaming.
same
Yeah.
unless you're someone like Drake, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Numbers like that.
And we know in 2019, this is, if not the top album, 2019, like real, like, you know what I mean? Like for hip hop, like this was that one, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, this is the one people were actually looking forward to.
yeah.
Yeah, even that just hearing the two names together, Freddie Gibbs and
Yeah.
Madlib, like you already
Especially
know
the
that,
second,
like
you know,
you
after
know
seeing
that's
what they
like
did for that first one.
yeah, the first one, yeah, it's just gonna sound sonically, great. They go together. They got great chemistry.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the album, here's the album cover. Looks like, what is that? Like Winnie the Pooh riding a zebra? I can't
Winnie
tell.
the Pooh riding the
Yeah,
zebra. Then you got the pinata on the right. Then you got the
looking
car
over,
crash.
looking over a
Yeah,
broken,
Winnie the Pooh with a long nose.
looking over a broken Hollywood.
Shit.
It looks like the Hollywood sign is so
All fucked
pretty
up and
dope.
shit. Yeah, man. So y'all ready? Y'all ready to jump into this?
Oh
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, I think we are ready. We ready, right? Yes, sir.
And yeah. So everyone that's tuning
I
in,
got
feel
the
free.
album.
He actually got that
Yeah.
album.
Well, no, it
himself.
is
He actually-
zebra everything on it too, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. Got the actual
Yeah.
CD when it came
Got
out.
the zebra
so-
print on the disc.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, so for everyone that's tuning in, feel free to drop your comments, give us some feedback, let us know how you feeling. If you're not able to watch live, you can always tune into the replays. They're always on Twitter and YouTube. We also put the episodes on on podcast platforms as well, like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Usually you'll get it the next day, so this episode will probably be up by tomorrow afternoon. So always feel free to do that if you can't catch us live. But yeah, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ready.
All right, we can get into track number 1, which was just the intro skit called Obrigado. With the how y'all like that tiny skit? It was only like what 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
I guess it means what? Thank you in Portuguese. that's what I looked it up and that's what it said. It sound like
it's a weird little,
so
different language the way how it went through. But I mean, it's just really like a smooth little 40 seconds, just to nothing too much going on with the track.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Yeah. Like you kind of hear that throughout the whole album, like those just little guys saying stuff like that and just going
like a little commentary in the background.
Like
robotic.
That's how it really sounds like that. Computer, like on other albums too, like Logic, like that's kind of how it sounds like. But
yeah, man. But we can get to the opening. The first official track. Well, pretty much second, but when he's actually spitting some shit, which was track 2, called freestyle shit. Or freestyle blank if we're not being explicit here. That was the second track of the album. It's pretty much just a freestyle. How y'all rocking with that? How you rocking with that, Brian? I'll let you go first.
I mean, this was a good opening track. It kind of gave me like vibes of like it could be like in a movie soundtrack. You know what I mean? That just from like the beat, the way he was came through with like the melodies. And I feel like with this track too, Freddie Gibbs made you feel everything that he was saying. A couple lines that I like from this track was in the beginning when he said, trying to beat the Rocky like Carl Ruthers, Trap Boy King, I Clubber Lane Sylvester, crack cocaine, I was my own investor. Like he was doing the whole, the Rocky lines. Carl Ruthers, Clever Lang was a character. Carl Ruthers, I believe, was Apollo Creed. So that was fire to me.
Mentioned Sylvester.
Yeah, them cocaine lines just undefeated, and they still be coming.
Still going in, and like sonically, like it's like a great like start of the album. Like the way he just went through it just kind of flowed, and the beat is like just like it's timeless. I could play that beat forever. Like it just sounds really good together. Sound dope. I mean, he's just kind of just moving things with music are dope. Like he's just kind of like in between trying to pick and choose. Like is it really gonna be the music for me, or is it really gonna be moving dope? Selling drugs. Like so you kind of just feel that from a standpoint. It's like, yo, do you want to pick rapping, or you want to pick the drug scene? So
yeah.
My
Go ahead.
fault. Now we say like when his music shit ain't working, like he might as well be moving things.
Yeah, he
Like
might even
exactly
be
what you
moving
said, yeah.
things.
Because it's true, man.
So
It's like if this
yeah,
ain't gonna
it's
work,
just
then shit.
yeah. I might as well just. I know I'm gonna get rich. I'm gonna get paid for if I sell dope. So
I'm gonna go pay from this. So
Yeah, it was a dope freestyle to start off the project for sure. Man, it was only a 2.5 minute song, so
yeah,
I checked out the album yesterday before I took some notes down. I went on the 10 mile walk, so it got me go. This project got me going to burn some weight. So it was a dope track.
so,
And plus this album it's like 15 tracks, only like 46
like
46
46
minutes
minutes.
long. So
That's the
man.
runtime, yeah.
It's not too long. So if you haven't checked out the project, go ahead and do that. You
Yeah,
can hold
easily get
46
through it.
minutes of your life and do it. Go to the gym or something. Go work out and
go
check
work
that out.
out. Check
Yeah,
it out at the
true.
same time.
Yeah, you got me to
It's
do 10
100.
miles. I mean, I didn't finish 10 miles in 46 minutes, but I was still working out afterwards. But you got me through, almost half.
Yeah. Nah, he was going, and then at the end too, he said like by the time niggas started showing love, I didn't even want it. Like
Yeah,
like
it's like why people.
he's got a success now. It's like by the time people start showing him love, it's like, man, I don't even I don't need that from you guys. You aren't
Yeah,
showing me love, that type of love before. I'm on the TV now. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing my thing. So that was a dope
I mean,
track.
I'd feel the same way. Shit.
I would feel the same way too.
yeah.
100%.
Everybody would feel the same way.
Yeah.
Don't hit me up when I'm popping.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you weren't there, so come on now.
That's the mood going into 2021.
Yeah.
That's the mood.
He was in the melodies too.
Shit.
Oh, okay.
Melody. Yeah.
For the down niggas, yo, and nobody need money. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Oh, what about the samples on here? I forgot. What about I know there was like a
Oh
sample.
yeah. It did have a
from
sample. It seemed like every track had a sample on this bitch. So
almost everyone.
the sample for this track was by Revelation Funk called it was a song called Elastic Lover by Revelation Funk. So Madlib digging through them crates to digging through his iPad shit. If fucking
Yeah, digging through the iPad, digging through the
iPad
old.
to produce
Yeah, I don't know how that works, bro. I don't know how he did
he's
this.
flipping through Spotify to find a shit to sample.
Yeah, that's just wild to me, bro.
That's that next level producing, man. You don't dig through the crates no more, man. You digging through a Spotify playlist.
It's honestly crazy to think about because I don't know how he did this. Like, how the hell he do that from iPad? Like,
it
like,
don't sound
samples,
like the typical garage band beat, man. That shit sound like you
bro,
using the actual
people-
studio fucking.
Yeah, you actually using the whole beat maker, the whole
like, bro,
beat maker.
think about this too. Like, people be taking their whole life trying to make that one beat, and this man made a whole album off an iPad with some of the best hip hop beats I probably heard.
Made it look easy
on the album. Like, he made that look easy, and the quality was still, it was still up here. So Madlib is something else, bro. Like, I should have put that man on my top 5 it was some of our favorites. So if I was to do a top 5,
our
I'll
official
throw Madlib.
favorite, man.
Yeah,
Because that can always change. Maybe now today you feel like he's your top 5. So that can always change. So that's what I was telling you. Go to that some of it because you always change your top 5s and shit. Don't make that official set in stone on there. So you let them know that's some of your
go
favorite.
listen to that Sound Ancestors. You know what I mean? Madlib just dropped that too. So
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
another
the album, another project from him. Whole bunch of instrumentals because you know how he gets down with instrumentals.
Yeah, man, he's something to vibe to. But we can get into the track 3. That was half man, half cocaine. This is a dope track, and this also had some samples on it too. From what I looked, one of them was by Dust the Soundboy called Super Beagle. The track was called Super Beagle that came out in 1986. And then you had the beat change halfway, because it's kind of like a 2 song in a 1. They have that split. You make it pretty much like 2 tracks in 1. I thought that was dope, and I realized what's it called? So the first instrumental that's part of the track that was I don't know if that's if that was the sample or what, but if y'all not familiar with the West Coast artist Scheme, he has a track with the same instrumental that came out in 2016. So I thought that was kind of different though, but I'm assuming that's the sample because it sounds specifically like the same, But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if y'all heard that track though. It's called Overflow. It was from a project he dropped back in 2016.
Oh,
I feel like
Nah,
I
I didn't even
have.
know about that. Nah, I would have thought from an LA artist too, from Indiana. Though. They just got each
Well, I
other.
think Madlib. I believe Madlib is from. Wait, did Madlib produce that though, or
For Scheme, I don't know. That's the thing.
oh,
I
you
didn't
just
look,
he
I
took.
didn't look that far
He
into it. I
just
just
took
put
it.
both
Oh,
together.
okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting Madlib to do a trap beat like, because
Yeah, he's
like, you
kind
know
of
what I
like
mean?
a he's like a funk soulful like
Yeah.
type of producer, but not
But
not on
halfway,
a trap tempo beat like this.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, I think it's also like kind of what makes them him and Freddie Gibbs work together. Because Freddie Gibbs, this sound like the first part sound like something that could have been on his Freddie album, because that was like a whole trap. That was like a Freddie Gibbs album. That was a whole trap, all trap beats. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure Madlib kind of just did that to cater to him, for his first part. But then like when the beat transitioned to it did say it was like shut the fuck up, whatever. It says something. So I don't know if that meant like, like put that away and then go back into that, that kind of like that soulful vibe. But the transition was on point regardless, that with that beat switch, the transition was
Yeah,
good.
I always like tracks like that. That you have like pretty much like two tracks
Transition.
into one. And transition to a different
Yeah.
one. That's the half because
Right.
it's the half man and then half cocaine is the second. That second, pretty much the second track. Yeah, that's into one. So I always find like that's creative when artists do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this was crazy.
Yeah, it's like
How are you
half.
rocking with it, Darnell?
Yeah, it was like half man, half cocaine. So it's like basically talking about his wealth and his well being. His life growing up. Half man. Then he
I didn't
going
actually
back to the
get that
cocaine,
too.
like his cocaine vibes into what he was doing there. So, but like I like the I like when he was like Bridges Burns. Like these niggas, they ain't never learned chicken dinner, watching Sports Centers, and I whip a bird. When she gave me that pussy outside of me, I just want head in a full 55. He's talking about like a Ferrari, like he just like
Yeah.
he chilling, like he just like, look, I'm a boss, man. I just want head in 458. Like he just chilling with that. So
Don't we all, man?
Yeah, he said, and he had one line. He said, "I just hit the bank and did the David Blaine." I was like,
Oh yeah. Like
that
damn.
line was fire to me, bro.
that and
Yeah,
another
crazy.
line too with when he was like the Sugar Ray to fade or go John Wick with the pistol game. I was
Yeah,
like,
I wrote
Yeah, that was
I
right
wrote that
before
whole part.
you
Too. I
mentioned
said,
David Blaine.
yeah, he said, fuck with Mr. K, put your face on one of them picture chains. Sugar Ray the fade or go John Wick with the pistol game. Bitch ain't cracked the safe. Got his mom's hit with the pistol whip. Move like the Yakuza set trip. We clipping our finger trips. You know what the Yakuza is? It's like the Japanese gangs. And
they,
they be just having like those crazy, like they kind of move in silence, like they're that like that's how their gang works. Because I've been out to Japan, so I kind of like learned about this when I was young. But that's just like it's like a thing that they do too. For a torture, you know what I mean?
yeah, like they
So
cutting
it's
their
just
fingers
crazy.
off.
Yeah, it's like we're clipping our fingertips and talking about get moms hit with pistol
Yeah,
whips. I'm like,
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, that's what all goes down. I mean, when you in the drug game, they just do something. They cut a
yeah,
finger
there'll be
off,
some
send it to
crazy
your
stuff, man.
mom, send it to
Yeah.
your damn family, and then
Oh,
like, look, you know what I'm saying? I want my money back.
yeah. I think what the Yakuza was for, I think back in the days, like to grip a weapon, they'll cut off your fingers and stuff, so you can't like the main finger, so you can't grip it. And
Oh,
do the thing. Yeah. So that's what that's what that is. But and that was a
damn.
good catch,
Yeah,
though. I didn't catch what you said. Where it was the half man and then half cocaine, like the first half, because he was talking about like what he deserves, and then the second half he got into that kind of like that gritty, that street talk.
gritty. Yeah, the
That was a
street
good catch.
talk, the
Yeah,
drug talk. Yeah,
that was a good catch. What you said.
cocaine.
I didn't catch that. So
Yeah, it was crazy how he's like, dang, so people just mix Tylenol with heroin, junkie shoot, like whatever,
yeah,
and they fucking veins. Like, it's crazy because junkie, it don't matter what you sell them, man. They'll just get it. It's like me watching this, like the DMX movie, like years ago, to where he was just messing with females, and then he'll give them like coke, and then he'll start giving them heroin. They're like, what? Like
Damn.
they'll start
yeah,
tripping out. They're like, whoa. Like I thought you gave me coke. Like, nah, I gave you heroin now. Now you stuck on that. Now
yeah.
your mind and body all fucked up. So
Man, drugs are crazy, man.
yeah.
Some hardcore drugs like heroin and shit. Fuck all that.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah, that's wild.
drugs like that.
Fuck all that.
That's that prison
Yeah,
drug, bro. People be
yeah. Nobody
falling
want to
asleep
do
on
none
that
of
for a
those
little bit.
drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But we get into track 4, which was "Crime Pays."
I know this Darnell's
This is Darnell's favorite track.
Yeah, that's my favorite track right here. Crime Pays,
Yeah, it's
especially
one of them.
like the
One of mine
samples on
too.
there too. I like the
Yeah,
guitar
it
playing.
was the sample was by Walt Barr, a song called "Free Spirit." It was released in 1979. Yeah, it's one of Freddie Gibbs' most streamed on Spotify. It had over 19 million streams on Spotify. It ain't just your favorite track, Darnell. You got a lot of other people fucking with it too. He also I wanted to point out that he did name drop Jeezy, which they've had.
Oh yeah, at the end.
I wrote that down too. I like his homie buy him some shoes.
Yeah, there's some name dropping going on. So I'll let you dive into that, Brian.
Oh yeah, I guess he said like one of his homies. I forgot the name. I didn't write the full thing down, but I guess he bought him like some shoes, and then like asked him to give him like 200. Told like Freddie to give him like 200 back for it or something like that. Like so basically, the homie was just like dick riding Jeezy. You know what I mean? Like during the time when they were when Freddie Gibbs and Jeezy were like cool. So Freddie Gibbs like, "Bruh, like this man out of here."
Yeah, it was crazy. I like the
comment. I just want to put that out before we go on.
Oh, there's a comment with
100%.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's one before you get into it, Darnell. Would y'all give this album a listen?
Yeah, 100%. We wouldn't be reviewing it if
we can get a rating towards the end.
This was one of the top.
I'll let you know that you should.
Yeah, this is one of the
I'll put it
top.
like this. I'll put it like this because I know me and Des talk music. Like, bro, this was one of the best hip hop albums of 2019, if not the best of 2019. So that should tell you, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this is actually my favorite Freddie Gibbs album in general, bro. So this is overall like go listen to that. But
I mean, he went out of his way to buy the hard copy CD. You know, so
see,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, Brian's already FCK's already doing that already. He's already
I buy CDs already though, so you know.
Yeah, but man, it has to be good if you're going out of your way to buy it.
Hey, did you get the sample for this song?
Yeah, he said the Walt Bar, yeah, 1979.
Yeah,
that was
I like the hook for it. What it say? Fly like the wind. It's time to begin your life. You got no control to start again and do it right. Look at the sky and you'll feel how to live a life that's real, truth, and perfect harmony when the spirit is free. I thought that was dope because it goes hand in hand with Crime Pays, because like crime does pay, but the risks that come with it, you know what I mean? You kind of get a chance to. I feel like for Freddie Gibbs, this song was dope because like now he's in the rap game, so he gets a chance to kind of now start a new life and kind of start new and do things a little bit differently now. I'll just finish off. I had another line that I had written. We said diamonds in my chain, yeah, I sling, but I'm still a slave. Twisted in the system, just a number listed on the page. Made it through my whole month with my lights out. I seen brighter days. And I thought that line was pretty dope.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down too.
Yeah, that line was fire. You know, twisting the system, like he's still a number in the system. Like, going to prison, you just got that. You got your little number. That they list you as. So yeah, that was fire. And his flow was crazy on this beat too. Like Freddie Gibbs flow.
They matched perfectly. They matched perfectly. Like this was like one of the best ones because sonically they just sound like they matched up perfectly. Beat wise, the flow wise, even just the wordplay in here, it just sounds sonically. But it's just it's crazy. I mean, crime does pay. You got to pay the price. You got to do the time, right?
Yeah, and he's one of those like MCs that like I feel like for anyone who's like like rapping now or just in general like rapping, you know what I mean, like a real MC. And sometimes we go back and study specific artists and listen to the cadence, the flow, you know what I mean, the patterns. Freddie Gibbs is one of those people. After listening to this album, I didn't really like think to look back and listen to him like as far as to study, but listen to this album, I was like, like really like damn, like this man's like it's just super technical the way he's rapping because he'll start out like fast, and then slow down like at the last couple of words, and I'm like, man, people could study Freddie Gibbs. If as rappers, you could study. He's someone to study, in my opinion.
Yeah,
man, it was a dope track for sure. You got any more input on this Darn Easy, or you want to go on?
I mean, yeah, I just like the end of the first verse where he was like, "Niggas be fucking these hoes and say fuck insurance and doctor visits." Like what?
Hey.
Nah, man, you still gotta go to the doctor, bro. You still gotta do the doctor. Yeah, they just don't care about insurance. Yeah, like come on, like you gotta check about your mental health. You gotta check your well being, man. You gotta always make sure you go to the doctor, man.
That's why all these diseases be spreading because people want to mess around with all these hoes and then just keep going to the next one without getting checked. It's like, bro,
man,
take care of yourself.
The healthcare system in the U.S. is a joke, so I just wanted to put that out there too.
True, isn't it free at Planned Parenthood? And just go get checkup. Yeah. I mean, but he's talking about just messing with hoes and then not getting, you know what I mean? It's like,
not getting checked. Like, people not getting checked sonically.
Yeah, that's kind of grimy. Like, I mean, I'm saying like we've all been there, done that, so I can't say, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, we get into track 5, which is called Massage Seats. Which we all love some of those.
Oh,
I need one right now. My back's
I need a massage seat. This is my favorite track on the album.
Yeah, this is your favorite one.
Yeah, this had a sample called Dance Hall Part 1 from 1991. There's one line I liked on there just because he was just, it was random. It was like, big baller father, you might sound like Lonzo. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. The Lonzo brothers. Like they could all go to the league, Yeah, that's crazy. LeVar Ball is crazy, man. Crazy in the head. Yeah, I like the first verse, like how he just went in, like Golden State roster, my garage deep, floating.
Yeah, he went straight in.
Basically like Golden State, they had that dream team, KD,
right?
Curry, and all them, like
they
was deep. They would win championships with that. Come on now.
Facts, man.
That was crazy. And then he's just like, I've been water whipping Earl Simmons, all my dogs eat, 44 Bulldog, all my dogs bite. Yeah. So he was talking about like DMX, like especially like DMX, like him, like I like his music and everything, but he went through a whole lot, in his childhood. He was going through like foster home to foster home, and he was doing drugs, and like he was in and out of jail so much. So
DMX was going through it back then.
Yeah, he was going through it back in the day. So it was. And
that 44 Bulldog too. I think that's like one of them little tiny pistols.
Yeah, it's like one of them tiny revolvers. People. Yeah. You see those in Juice? It's like, oh yeah, pull the dude in the elevator, like, hey. Hold on, what's up?
This dude
with him. So he's like, hey,
that's comedy, man.
But
that's the one that them chicks be pulling out the shoe at the booth.
Yeah, pulling out at the booth. Yeah, they got that little second weapon and right there on the ankle. On the ankle.
So, he was handy. Some stuff.
Yeah, and I guess there was a line too at the end. I guess like Tupac was supposed to be in the Menace to Society movie, but he got fired. I guess he was had an altercation with the director. So he definitely was. He wasn't even in the Menace to Society movie.
I was wondering what that line meant. I mean, I could have looked it up, but I tried to listen to it without looking much up. But something about the Hughes brothers. Like he said something about Hughes brothers, and I'm the Menace. Yeah. I didn't know that's what I didn't know what that line meant, honestly. Yeah, I go Machiavelli on Hughes brothers. I'm the Menace.
The Menace. Yeah. I was like, dang, like Tupac was in Menace to Society. I mean, I already like Tupac in all the other movies, Above the Rim and Juice. He already made, some great movies. So I mean, I would have still probably loved Menace to Society, but
they should have kept him.
They would have kept him in there, but You know,
Rest in peace to Pac.
rest in peace.
Yeah, this was the main track I had on repeat just because this was one of those beats, bro. Like I instantly became one of my favorite beats when I heard it, and it feels simple, but it was just like just the way it came in, it was good. I feel like Freddie Gibbs wrote the beat and like did it perfectly. Like if anyone was to get a beat like this too, you know what I mean? Like it was for Freddie Gibbs. And I was laughing with too, and he was talking about hidden R&B chicks, you know, like when he was broke, he's talking about like platinum, like on the chart R&B chick, like so hey, shout out Freddie Gibbs, man. And then another line I have written down too was when he said, I think in the second verse, on the same one where you talked about the Lonzo line, he said, shot caller, put them shooters on you like D'Antoni, top dollar, lock me up and make the band know, big baller, father, you my son, like Lonzo, entertainer with a lot of trap contracts. In this rap, there ain't no max contracts. That was fire because it's like the reason he's pushing packs is because we don't get max contracts, you know, in this rap game, like you do in the NBA. So I like how we tied that all together. That was fire. But yeah, I just the reason it's my favorite song on the album, it's just because I like how it sounds. Like, like it just sounded perfect. So
yeah, just another great, you know, duo. I mean, you know, they just have great chemistry. They work together like no other. You know, just like, you know, Kobe and Shaq on this one.
Yeah, I like how Freddie Gibbs just
Kobe and Shaq reference.
Yeah, I like how Freddie Gibbs just jumped
on
the track.
The Kobe and Shaq reference.
But like, you know, well, I said, yeah, I think I like when he just jumps on the track. Like, you know, like sometimes you wait for the beat to come in, like, you know, about like that 20-second, 30 mark. But like right when the beat started, he was already, you know, like he just jumped right in. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Not even 1 second. Like, bam.
That wasn't even like,
man, he can't wait. Just let it all out.
Yeah. Nah, that's
but that was Massage Seats, track number 5. Track number 6, we actually get some features in this bitch, which was a Palm Olive featuring Pusha T and Killer Mike.
He was waiting.
Yeah, that had Killer Mike on the chorus, Pusha T on the second verse. That was sampled by a group called The Silvers. The song was called Cry of a Dreamer, 1973 track. So, you know, Madlib digging through the Spotify crates because like he did it on his iPad, I guess. So he probably looked on Spotify, or he just already knew what he was doing with that. But what's it called? Yeah, I thought that was
on Spotify.
That's how you do it on your iPad. You don't have the crates in front of you.
Nah, you know he's still digging.
A dope track.
Yeah, this is one of those good, you know, great dope dealing tracks. Yeah, Pusha T had a great verse on here too. Like, yeah, definitely underrated on his verse on here. You know, I guess we was definitely looking for a Killer Mike verse in here, but now we definitely like the chorus in here. You know, young nigga, dope money, just had it. Nigga, make money, more money, mathematics.
Mathematics and bro codes. They coming for
your money. They coming for your money. Yeah, they see you popping with the whips, crazy. With the chains, and you know all the money.
Yeah, like that was my question. I was gonna ask, like, did you want a Killer Mike verse on here?
It would be dope, but at the end of the day, man, I feel like he was perfect for the hook.
Yeah.
For the song, you know what I mean? Like for how the song was.
There's only 2 verses on the track. I mean, they could have thrown a third verse for Killer Mike, but man,
yeah, they could have.
That's how they did it. But
he was aiming short for this project, so it just kind of.
And he said a lot in the hook alone.
That basically was like a little small, you know, verse, you know, right there. But I mean, sonically, like the song itself was like already said and done. It just kind of just went through it like straightforward. So it was already like, all right, they want to add another few minutes on there. They kind of didn't want to, but I mean, nah, definitely like you know, Pusha T's verse on here. He's like, yeah, tell me it's your Apollo or Mitch, nigga. Bet it all, roulette, all on my wrist, nigga. Like Cleo said it all, take your bitch, nigga. Like Cleo, how she was a lesbian, and like how Queen Latifah was a lesbian taking your girl. Imagine Cleo taking your girl, bro. What would y'all do, bro?
How y'all feeling?
How y'all feeling? Queen Latifah taking your girl, bro. That'd be wild.
That'd be wild. Man. I'll brag about it, honestly. Nah, I'm playing. Yeah, Queen Latifah, man.
Like what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
another one Pusha T said in the beginning was like way more chemical than political. PTSD from what I weighed on the digital. It was snowfall and Reagan gave me the visual. Obama opened his doors knowing I was a criminal. I was
That
he
was
was
it.
talking, bro. Like that was
He
fire.
knew I
That
was
was
a
fire.
criminal, but he's still a brother to me.
Yeah,
Like still, it's like
yeah,
we not
that's what
gonna
I'm
forget
saying.
your past. We just gonna like it's whatever, man. Your past
Yeah,
is
and
your
at the end
past.
of the day, it's like, you know what I mean, he did what he did in his past, and he's, you know, he's doing a lot more for the community too, you know what I mean? And I just like the line too with PTSD from what I weighed on the digital, because that says a lot just in one line. You know, things, being in the trap game back in the days, bagging up and selling and stuff like that. So, you see a lot more, and there's so much that goes with that, you know what I mean? People getting killed, things like that. So like that one line, says a whole lot. And also, I think Freddie Gibbs, yeah, his verse was crazy. He had a few lines that I actually wrote down. The first line, before it gets to those stuff, there's this one line he said. He said, fucking my pastor daughter and 2 Jesus pieces. I was like, damn, bro.
God damn. God damn.
To
Yeah,
Jesus. Yeah, like what?
You got the 2 Jesus pieces too.
This man doing this
Yeah,
pastor
he was
grimy.
going reckless in his verse.
Yeah,
He was reckless.
Don't be so reckless, man.
yeah. He had some dope lines, though. When he said, fuck the 40 acres and a mule. They gave us niggas the evils, hot pots, spoons, and needles. You know what I mean? Like we didn't really get, the reparations and things like that. And we pretty much got everything else. The guns, the drugs, everything put in our communities instead of, the reparations for what's already been done to us. So they just made it worse and gave us hot pots, spoons, and needles. It's like same thing. Like I feel like the writing is so good on these songs that, man, they literally, just these lines alone, they said a lot. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. Another line I wrote down too. My fault, Halo.
You good?
He said, I'm finna reclaim my fucking time and cop the rolly flooded Maxine Waters. Fuck your poison, keep your vaccines off us. We got a reality star in goddamn office, quite like the Reagan days. And it's like Reagan was actor back in the days too, and now we got Trump, who that man had a whole reality show. What was it called? I don't remember, but yeah, it's like, man, we got a whole reality star in the office these days. And he's also talking about the vaccines, which is that's one of those especially nowadays. I feel like it's one of those tricky topics when it comes to vaccines, because you got the anti-vaxxers and then you got the people who are all for it.
Yeah.
So it's like which side you're on. You just gotta do your research to that. So everyone got a choice to make, so I think it's just do your research. You know what I mean? Whichever side you're on, so be it.
That's
dope
true.
track overall.
Too much into that, man.
Dope track overall. I feel like they all did their thing on this track, even though Killer Mike didn't have a verse, but they all did their thing. We can get into track number 7 though. That was called Fake Names. How y'all rocking with this one? According to Who Sampled, it said that whosampled.com, it says the sample was from Palmolive. So
Sample from Palmolive?
That's what it's on whosampled.com, which I kind of heard it.
So he sampled it
when I was listening to it. I kind of heard the sample.
Bro,
That's what whosampled.com said, man. I gotta look back, but that's what it said.
This man Madlib is a legend, bro.
That sounded right. He sampled what he just wrote. What? Come on.
When I went and actually listened again, I was like, it kind of does sound like he sampled the same track, like right after, like.
Damn, I gotta go. I'm about to go back and listen to that, because
according to whosampled.com, that's what I saw.
I don't know. They might need to edit that again.
I mean, hey, he made all beats from my iPad, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he sampled his own track.
Like, fuck, I'm sampling the same shit.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised.
Just do another one like
for that, bro.
Yeah, so how we are rocking with this joint? Fake names.
You want to start, Darnell?
Yeah, I can start off. I mean, this track is pretty good. I like the beat as well. I mean, just kind of like, he's telling his story again on here, telling his street lifestyle. Just kind of how he did sonically to where he's running through dope, uh, and then scaring reality of murder and death. Sometimes murder and death in a crazy scene in Indiana. You might see death. You just like damn, it messes up your head. But I like what was one of the verses on here I like. It was like shoot, most of my dogs got in life in jail from conversations on the phone. I bought my first mansion and told my mama leave that dope alone. Forget that. Used to get 10 bricks Dominican off the lip, yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta use fake names when you're on the phone. I mean, just go back to the title of the song. I mean, it's like that shit got you in jail because you using somebody's name on there, and it just kind of cost you in jail, from that. But
100%, yeah, 100%.
overall, this was a dope track. This is one of my favorites as well on here.
Yeah. How'd you feel about it?
Is it one of yours, MCK?
I messed with this one. I messed with this one too. Cause like you said, shit's so real. Got to use fake names. Every time I sleep, did faces that occupy my brain. That was dope. And then he also like in the little 2 hook parts, he used 2 different names for for the girls. Where he's like, Erica told me like never change, and then the next one he said like Christina told me never change. So I'm like, so I like how he did that too. I believe he also, he was in the first part, he was telling a story about, someone who was like a brother to him, and he was not using his government. So he's like, I'm gonna call you Ricky G, and then proceeded to talk about, a little story. And then there was that beat switch too, where that beat switch was smooth too, because it felt like I didn't even realize like the beat even changed, because like it just went like straight into it. I was like, that was fire to me, and like Madlib did a great job with the transition.
And there's a lot of that in the album. I feel like I'll be listening to it, I'm like, the track is the same track or did it change? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
that's how smooth,
it changed it so
like,
fast to where it's like, what? The audience is thinking like they accidentally skipped the song on accident when it's really the same song.
Madlib did his thing with the transitions, bro, because like it was perfectly like, sometimes it might stop the verse, but some of the transitions were like in the middle of a verse, or what I mean. So it was super complex with the way Madlib, how his style is. I mean, and shoot, he's done projects with MF Doom and J Dilla and stuff. So I know, I mean, like those are top tier producers as well. So just imagine the things that they picked up working with each other. And then the second verse, the last thing I had written was the first 4 bars. He said, I don't walk through hell on these size 12s, speaking from my mouth before I let the time tell. Dream team legal, I never take an L. Courtroom funeral fresh, Givenchy my lapel. That was fire because he's talking about his legal team is the dream team, so you don't take no L.
He ain't taking L's.
Yeah. And then he walks in the courtroom, with the Givenchy suit, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, we got foreigns. Look, we got fly shit. We got fly shit only.
Like my team looking fly as shit.
Yeah, he walked in confident, like y'all ain't gonna take me down for nothing.
Speaking of looking fly as shit, if you didn't tune in to episode 4, we had them Pure Rap podcast tees. So if you need to cop one of those, let us know, man. We got you. Just had to plug that in real quick because we ain't wearing them today.
We ain't wearing them. Oh, he's showing them out right now. We got long
sleeves on deck. You already had it ready for you.
We got long sleeves.
Those are the long sleeves, but if you need a short sleeve, just let us know. We got y'all. Just hit us in the DM, tweet us, comment on YouTube, comment on Instagram. Let us know. But yeah, that was track number 7 called "Fake Names." We can get into track number 8, which was one of the singles off this project. It was a Flat Tummy Tee. I know Brian's bitches be using that and promoting them on Instagram. Yeah, how about you, Darnell? You actually try Flat Tummy Tee or what?
Nah, I never tried no Flat Tummy Tee.
You need to try it.
You need to try it, Slim.
I sent you a Instagram pic. I was at Jenny Craig, man. I don't need Flat Tummy Tee.
You need no Flat Tummy.
You need to run your 10 miles, man. You're doing it the natural way.
Hey, you're doing it the natural way. You're not going.
You don't need that Flat Tummy Tee. Actually, do they even have that shit no more? I feel like I haven't seen that in like a long ass time, to be honest.
What, Flat Tummy Tee?
Yeah, like any like you know how like motherfuckers were putting like Instagram ads and shit for it and all that. Like I think I haven't seen that in a long time. But then I also don't be following. I also I don't feel like I follow people like that anymore. So I don't know. But
I don't
I feel like I still would have come across it.
It's still available. I mean,
it's still available for sure. Yeah, you could hop online by stuff
you
like
still
that.
cop them, but do you see people promote it like how they used to? Nah,
yeah, I
nah,
don't see it no
they
more.
don't really promote it like how they did back in the day.
Yeah, we say I be all in these bitches' stomachs like flat tummy tea.
Yeah.
This man is
I was
funny.
gonna tweet. I was gonna message y'all that yesterday, but I forgot to do it.
Just randomly,
Yeah, randomly like just DM me out like.
I'm like, then that's what you want.
Yeah, and this track, according to whosampled.com, had like a bunch of samples on it, so I didn't write it down because I was gonna name it all.
You say like 6 samples was on it?
Yeah,
You man, like I'm not gonna name all that shit. I'm gonna spend 1 minute just naming all the samples of this bitch.
that is wild, bro.
He was wild. I mean, that's why. I mean, that's probably my least favorite track. I didn't like the beat on here too much. I didn't really mess with it as much. Like I don't know if people do or not. I don't know if you guys.
It's one of my favorite tracks on the album.
I know it's feeling some type of way. I think it's just because it's flat tummy tea and it didn't work for him.
Yeah, I just like
I know it's feeling some type of way.
I just like the lyrics, but just the instrumentals wasn't hitting for me on this one.
And this is one of the most do.
Oh really? What? I thought it was.
No. I mean the lines that I wrote down on my review. Like the first, like I just go over it quick. Like
I bet the beginning you probably wrote.
Oh yeah, he said I beat the pot like Joseph beat Mike and Jermaine. One came out light, one came out dark, but they smoking the same. Oh. That line was fire because like like he was beating Michael Jackson, Jermaine Jackson, his the dad.
Yeah.
And that's how he's whipping. He's beating the pot and just whipping the pot. He's a man must be going crazy with it because. One came out light, one came out dark, but they're smoking the same. Like that's just good wordplay, man.
That wordplay though.
Yeah, that was fire. Then he started like saying some real stuff too. Crackers came to Africa, ravaged, raffled, and rummaged me. America was the name of their fucking company. Stacking niggas like cargo over and under me. Prison is the new form of all. Oh nope, I wrote that. But yeah, prison is pretty much the new form of slavery for how they bring a lot of stuff over. The whole prison, industrial complex. My fault. And then he said, "Niggas won't let you live in peace, but love to see you rest in peace." I thought that was a good line too, because especially nowadays, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that was a run I wrote down too. Like, that's
dope line.
Yeah, like people just like another one. It's like people only care, when you're gone,
when you're dead.
Up. So that's you see that a lot lately with all the past rappers that passed away, and you see how their music goes up crazy. I just kind of weird how Nipsey got a Grammy and all that. Wonder if he was still alive, would he still get that? You kind of think about things like that and just
100%, man. Yeah.
They only should give you your flowers when you're gone.
Yeah, my music should still be blowing up.
That's why it gets people to actually go check it out, because I feel like it's just that people ain't going out of their way to actually check it out until they hear their name, everyone saying rest in peace, and they feel like they need to go out of their way to go finally check out that artist when they could have been doing it way before, and showing their respect before the person passed, and that's how a lot of shit is when people died.
Yeah,
like they just, you didn't fuck one before. You probably knew who they were, but you didn't know nothing about them. You just didn't even take the time to go do it.
No, 100%. And honestly, like I said, I wrote a lot of different lines down from this. I don't have to go over all of them because, like I said, like he said a lot. I'll say one more though. Where was it? I like how we said too. Took the sword and knocked White Jesus off of that white horse. Fuck Spike. He mostly showed Malcolm on horse. And then we said this shit so he could get funded from the white boys. I mean, but I think he had a rap genius for this track, and he's cool with Spike Lee. Like he just said it because it was cool for the song.
Yeah, it was just kinda it just kind of rhymed
Yeah.
together, sound better. But I
Yeah, because
mean,
I'm big on
like,
Malcolm X, so I watched the movie. I'm like, it was just the beginning, like it's just
yeah,
the beginning that he showed there. So
yeah, we love a little bit of Spike Lee movies. I mean, we'll give him his flowers, his credit on certain few of them. But
yeah,
you
no,
know,
Spike Lee's a genius, man.
He sits courtside watching the Knicks.
all the time.
Watch-
Wasting his
Him
valuable
watch the
time
Knicks
watching the
history.
Knicks.
him and Jack Nicholson, they stay at the
Well, Jack
game.
Nicholson's watching the Lakers.
Lakers though,
He's
but I mean,
here for years watching the Knicks.
yeah, he's there. Hey, he a diehard fan. Hopefully they
I'll
make
give it
the
to him, man. But
playoffs. Hopefully they make the playoffs
I'll
eventually.
give it to him, but he wasting his time in the current day.
Say, look, go back to making some more.
2021, he wasting your time watching the Knicks. Yes.
Look, man, go make some more films. But
All right.
nah, this is
Well, that was track number 8, Flat Tummy Tea. But we can get into track number 9, which was called Situations. And Spike Lee, I don't want any situations with you. If you hear that, I wasn't trying to send no shots at your Knicks, but yeah, number 9, Situations was another dope track. According to whosampled.com, I guess this was sampled by an artist called Thaddeus Matthews called Fuck You Friday. I guess that came out in 2018, so that's a recent sample, I guess. If whosampled.com getting their samples right, that's what that was the sample for that.
This man did his homework.
he did. Oh, he did the samples with that. Ooh, yeah, this is one of my favorites on here. This is one of my favorites on here too. I mean,
Yeah, that's
just
fire.
yeah, it's just like a slight bounce to the beat though. It's like
I said the exact same thing, bro.
yeah,
Like,
it's kind of like a
bounce,
good little bounce to it.
yeah,
You know, he's
something
just
you can
going
ride
on
to.
A little
his,
bounce.
his different scenarios. You know how he was struggling and coming up in his own position. You know, it's
Right.
not really easy. It's not really hard to be in that type of position. So him to go through that is just one hell of a thing.
Yeah.
You know, just one of my verses on here was just like yeah, he started off great on here. You know, East Gary, I'm a representer. Rest in peace, Granny. I'm a represent her. Made it through the summer with no air conditioner. Catches HUD around the kitchen in the winter. Damn. Hey, sometimes you know, you live in them struggles, man, to where
Yeah.
hey, shit. I ain't had no AC.
Yeah, man, we all full. I feel
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People
but
gotta go
growing up,
fans
I
through the
didn't.
summertime.
Yeah, I had no AC, man.
That's
Shit.
different situations. People got to go through the different, you know, the climate changes and the seasons. You know, some
Yeah,
people
man.
got to be fans, some people got ACs. You know, so
Yeah,
people
especially
can
like
relate
what's going on in Texas, man. They like with all the snow, they're not built for that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
people's
Oh,
houses,
yeah, current day.
roofs caving in and stuff. It's like, damn, I
Pray
feel
for
bad.
everybody in Texas right now.
Yeah,
yeah.
A lot of
I'm
people
Crazy
basically,
shit, man. That climate change, man.
it's yeah, it's that global COVID,
Motherfuckers
man.
ain't taking that shit serious, man. You're slowly seeing it.
Yeah, and then
Slowly seeing it.
back to the song though. Yeah, like you said, like he was talking about just being in crazy situations, but still representing, you know, where he's from. So you know, that's pretty much how it is. You know, everyone got a different struggle, but you know, still gonna represent, you know, who you are, where you came from, the things that you did. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is one of those tracks that just a vibe. It's catchy. You know what I mean? The cook is catchy. Freddie Gibbs, you know, sounded good on the track. It showed his versatility too. You know what I mean? With tracks like this, a lot of different tracks. You know, when he came with the melodies and came with, you know, stay rapping. So yeah, he did his thing. The outro of the song was funny too, with the cussing pastor. I guess that's what they called him, the cussing pastor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, I always hear that at the end of the song all the time.
yeah,
Always
fuck you Fridays, and I don't give a shit Saturdays. I was like, I'm
fucking
feeling this one.
holiday
I'll look
season,
at that
you
again.
yeah, it's
that was-
just crazy little outro. It's like, you know, like certain albums, like this didn't really have no skits, so that just kind of put that at the end of the track feel like a little small
Yeah.
skit.
There's a few little things here and there on
I
like
can
on
really
in the,
say it. Yeah, it's in the song itself, but nah, it was funny though. Had that. Yeah, sonically, you know, this is just one of those. Oh, he was saying Obama got elected today and I got arrested. LA County literally stripping a nigga naked. I never tell none of my enemies their connections. Motherfucker Jeff Simmons, I'm selling dope with a weapon. You know,
Yeah,
he
man.
talking about Donald Trump's attorney. Talking about how sonically, I mean, that was just crazy how this all sounds, but Mr. Gibbs itself though.
Yeah, and that's a dope line too, because it's also like, you know, you got a black man coming in as president, but then another black man going through the system, you know what I mean, going to
Right.
jail. So it's like it's just showing that, you know, the two like
Well,
lines just passing each other. So it's pretty
Well,
dope.
one takes a dub, another one taking an L. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Both taking an L, man. Messed up,
Both.
man.
Pretty
It's
much.
messed up.
Yeah, but we can get into track number 10. I know Brian knows I think he has a song similar called with the same track name, right? If I remember.
Oh yeah, that Giannis with Dez, who commented earlier. Yeah, we just do that on SoundCloud. Old
Giannis
song.
featuring Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, still gotta check that out. They haven't.
I'll say this one. I like this track. I mean, I fuck with Anderson .Paak, so I thought it was you know, he got on the chorus and he got his own verse. What's it called? How was y'all feeling this track? I'll let you go, MCK, since you can relate.
He did a song like this.
This track was this was another one kind of like I said with Massage Seats, one of those tracks that I had on repeat a lot.
It had a James Brown sample. I mean, there was multiple samples on this one.
Yeah, I
but
love
it had a James Brown sample on it.
Yeah, James Brown sample. I love that one.
Yeah, I like the line he said in the beginning with Freddie Gibbs on his first verse was keep a baby 380 with me like Hallis stay with the sod. So that was funny. It's just one of those funny lines. Yeah, and his second verse, I liked the way he was flowing on the second verse. It was just very technical the way he was rapping. Like I said before, I believe what he say. Oh yeah, where is it? Industry got you sleep, but bitch, I'm woke. I know the devil. These niggas be falling off every day like Ace Hood, Rolly Bezel.
Oh
Niggas
yeah,
don't understand. And they said niggas don't understand that 360 mean a percentage of every income stream. That record ain't doing no numbers. You trip on your management and your legal team. So that was a dope line because it's like, you know, people should study the industry, especially if you're an artist now.
Yeah.
Try not to get trapped into these contracts, especially
deals.
They basically take and call it 360 for a reason because they're pretty much taking everything that you do. Like if you're doing commercials, acting, anything that you're pretty much a part of, they take a percentage of it. I mean, of course, they give you, you know, funding and things like that, but overall, it's damn near robbery. So, and then especially if you're not doing no numbers, you're not, you know, pitting up, you know, your end of what you should be doing, especially with these tracks. If you're not pitting out, then now you're tripping up on the management, your legal team, and things like that, trying to get out of the situation. So they pretty much be having you trapped. So artists gotta, you know what I mean? If you're an artist out there upcoming, man, pay attention, read those contracts, make sure, man, maybe it's just especially nowadays, just going that independent route. You know what I mean? It's harder work, but at the end of the day, or just don't get robbed and read the contract and make sure you're negotiating your own deals. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
have a team around you too.
One line I liked from this track was in the second verse, he made a pretty much like a Wayne reference when he was like, "Real G's move in silence like Giannis."
Oh, yeah,
you know, when, you know, fucking Weezy was like, "Real G's move in silence." So it was Zanya on that 6 foot track. So he made his own reference. Real G's moving silent.
Real G's moving silent. Like that one sound better. That one sound better too. Like yeah, Anderson .Paak too. He had the hook was fire. But like when he came into the third verse, like I like that, especially when he's talking about like Kane, all of the blood, shots to the brain, and you know what I mean, like talking about Kane paid the bills. You know what I mean, like just pretty much what cocaine does, you know what I mean, to the community, especially to your body. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I mean, people still like this paid the bills, you know what I mean, like we're kind of trapped in our environment, so we gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I mean. So that was a shout out to Anderson .Paak, man. He came through with a good verse. Surprisingly, like it was a better verse than I thought he would have came with, so that was dope.
Yeah, he came with some dope lines, but yeah, that's just, I mean, just how, you know, I didn't mind the Anderson .Paak, you know, verse and hook. I mean, I think some people didn't really like it, but I mean, it kind of sound great together. It sound dope. I mean, just the way the beat sound. I mean, this was kind of made for the both of them. You know, Pac. You know, Innocent Pac. He just kind of sounds well on the soul food sounds. I mean, that's what he's most accustomed to, anyways. I mean, that's most of his music. If you
Yeah,
go back to his other projects, it's like
Singing the melodies and shit.
yeah, the
yeah, he's
melody.
always good on those features, doing the hooks. So
Yeah, his hooks. So I mean, this is a great song for him too. I mean, somebody that was coming up from sleeping in a car, being homeless, from now just like talking about like the drugs paid his money dues, and him just getting up, in a rap game.
Yeah, it's a
facts.
dope track. We can get on to track number 11 though. We almost done with it, man. We got a couple more tracks. It was 15
Yeah.
tracks. We're on track number 11. That was called Practice, and that had a Donny Hathaway sample called "Make It on Your Own," 1978. We weren't even born, so
Bernelli sample.
right, man, we weren't even a thought. My mom was like 4 years old. Yeah, she already knows she would do it.
4 years old when this thing dropped, man.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites on here. Like just
Yeah, I
just
agree.
the
I think this is a
beat,
top 5 track on this album.
yeah, just sonically.
Definitely.
I mean, just deeply. This is like one of them deep tracks in here. He's just going through, just struggling with a relationship. He going through trying to balance a secret lover relationship, and then balance his life through his family at the same time.
Yeah,
He had a
most
lot of
grown
pop
man track.
culture, lines in here too. Like he was saying, he was talking about I'm chopping shit up like sentence to get the rent day. My trunk got more blocks than Dickie Matumbo. Dickie Matumbo, they snatched it. My black ass straight about the first class flying from the midway. 1 foot in the
Oh
rap,
yeah,
1 foot in the trap.
I
I
wrote
really
that
trap
down too.
it too compare for the balance and attack. So yeah, it's like, it's practicing in life and all the life lessons, you just kind of want to pick the right choices and, either do it rap or do it in the trap, you know.
Yeah, he's pretty much just
Do it nice.
balancing doing both. Especially because he said he's trapping for my homies that are too incompetent for the balancing act. You know what I mean? Like he was pretty much doing it for them when he could have just stayed in the rap game. I think the line after that, he said if they really love me, they'd be keeping me from it to keep it 100. So it's like, I mean, he's
Yeah.
over here trying to, get out of that and being in the rap game. So it's like if they were truly,
Yeah,
what I
they
mean,
was,
like the homies he's saying they are, it's like, man, they like if he's keeping 100, they should have kept him away from that. So yeah, that was dope. I like the first line he said too when he came into the track when he said I went T-Pain for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because T-Pain
T-Pain
fell in love with the stripper. Yeah, so
Yeah, T-Pain, T-Pain for it.
yeah, so that's pretty much the girl he was talking about
Yeah,
in the first verse. You know what I mean?
T-Pain,
Yeah, that's pretty much the first what he's talking about is just being
in
with
the first verse.
with the stripper and just balancing that. I just like how how it went from the first verse being him trying to, he was talking about like how he kind of messed up the family structure, by messing around with this girl and being but then he's also falling for her too, being invested. So he was very vulnerable in this track. I thought it was like a grown man track, you know what I mean? But also his the line I wrote was the last few lines. I feel like with that whole the whole thing, what it comes down to were the last few lines when he said, when all trust lost, sometimes the love is soon to follow. Wife will put me out the crib and tell me to come back tomorrow. When I got cut the fuck up, she hit me with the ultimatum. You need to come home with your daughter. Nothing more important than your baby. Drugs got me crazy. So yeah, man, he was in that whole drug game. He was on it too. And it basically says like, look, like forget all that. Like you got to come home to your daughter. You know what I mean? Instead of getting caught up, you know what I mean? Got to go to jail, things like that. It's like, I thought that was just a dope line because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like you gotta get home to your daughter. You know what I mean? Like forget all that other stuff.
At the end of the day, you need to take care of your kids.
Yeah, and I just like how the second verse too was talking about,
family, man.
just like balancing both the rap and the rap. So I like how we just covered all bases in his life in this one song. That's why I felt like it's top 5 because he covered everything and talked about a lot. So shout out to Freddie for that one, man. A dope song.
Dope track. We can get into track number 12 though.
Yeah, I like
unless you got more on it.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to say I like the end of the second verse. How you saying like don't get no respect my baby mama moms put some respect on my name, like Patrice Millie and the mattress. Fake love, I really don't need it like Allen. I need to practice. Nah, like he was talking about like Birdman,
Oh
how he's
yeah.
like, nigga, put some respect on my
Fuck
name.
Birdman, yeah.
Put some respect on his Breakfast Club. So that, I mean, I thought that was just a funny like reference he put in there.
I think he said something about Floyd Mayweather too. Like he was, I think the stripper that he was with was at Floyd Mayweather's house. Like, like he probably had like strippers and stuff, you know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, he got his own damn strip club, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he was talking about like how he felt a certain way, like when, about that. So he was just showing like, damn, I had to, like, he was really like falling for this girl, man. So yeah, but he gets put a lot out there, man.
Yeah, well, we can get into track number 12. That was called Cataracts. It was sampled by a song called Teach Me How by We, another 1970s joint. It was, that was 1976 when that track came out. And this track is talking about his time on the streets and his passion for like drugs and cars and all that. Was pretty much the gist of this track. How are y'all rocking with it?
Yeah, like basically what you said, like he summarized, pretty much a time in his life just in the chorus alone. Like you said, hoes, cocaine. He always had his gun with him, eating bad food. Like, you know what I mean? Like he said all that in the chorus. So, like he basically summarized his whole like just that part of his life. In the first verse, I wrote down, in the first verse he said, seem like my actions was devil sin. I can't sympathize. Fuck Generation X, this generation genocide. Your social stat make you fantasize about a homicide. To me, the God Allah is a black man personified, anticipating and killing my own in search of wealth. Should he come home knocking at the door of your home? We don't fear death. Knew the Lord was in the room when my daughter took her first breath. Cold turkey on the dope, had to gain knowledge of self. That line was dope to me because basically everything that he was going through, you know what I mean? Like talking about, killing his own in search for wealth. Like, I think like going through all that, the moment that, his daughter took his first breath is when he had to kind of go back and gain knowledge of self. Like, damn, like I can't be going down that path anymore. You know what I mean? Especially because he said like my actions was devil sin. I can't sympathize. Like, his whole past basically was just crazy. You know what I mean? Like just doing a lot of all that street stuff. And then, like he said, when his daughter was born, he's like, damn, I had to gain knowledge of self. Like I can't be going down that path no more. You know what I mean? I gotta change up what I'm doing. So that was dope. I like the way how you put that together. So.
Yeah, to change that dope. Yeah. I like how you went in. Like he flowed like right when the beat started. It was just like fucking with that cataract fast food. Like he was just going in like right from the beat from start to finish. And like, just like how you guys were saying, we just talking about a passion of cars and drugs. But it was a crazy line how he was saying like he's like, hit me after your cycle. I need that pussy with no strings attached.
Yeah.
He needs to get it. I'm gonna hit it against my religion. They won't bleed for that. That's funny. He's just like, look, hey, after your period's done, like, yeah, just hit me up. Like, he
that was
he
a
didn't
dope
really
line.
care about the chick like that. it was just funny.
I like how you put that together. Then he said another line too. Chevy dipped in liquid cocaine. My Casper the Ghost Ride. Like it's just like I said, those that's coke rap. It's like just lines like that. Just fire, man. And then the beat switch on that third verse. And like I said, same thing with Madlib, crazy with the transitions. Then he started his third verse. The beat switch was fire too. But then I know he started his first verse saying R.I.P. to the Jacka. I guess he was close with him. If you don't know who the Jacka is, he was not a Bay Area legend.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace. And then he said 2014, addicted to lean, I was depressed as fuck, ducking shots and wondering if my own niggas set me up, and if they knock me down, I wonder one of my niggas will help me up. So yeah, he said a lot of type of stuff in that line, but you know what I mean, like he was going through all that, like damn, all my people set me up like this, but if I'm down and out, like where these same, like is anyone gonna help me up, like the people that he's been around during that time. So once again, Freddie Gibbs going
Going in.
going deep with it. So yeah,
Going in. It's like my baby mama switched up her diet. I won't go vegan with her. Yeah, I don't know about that vegan. Hey, she's switching up her diet. I don't know about vegan, man.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say her not gonna take
He
away
said,
something that we all used to eat all the time and just take it out of our diet, right? Just
yeah, especially when
it's
he was
all
talking about eating bad food.
yeah,
Right.
fast food.
Good.
It's all about what they always say, right? Moderation, right? Moderation is some of this stuff. Don't cut it all
100%.
the way out. Just
Yeah.
minimize it.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Moderation.
Moderation.
Make sure you eat your fruits and vegetables, but shoot, I can still eat a cookie. You know what I mean?
I've been
Yeah,
doing
eat
better at
a
that.
cookie dessert.
Yeah.
I've been doing better at that. I haven't really been eating junk like I used to. It's been a couple months now.
Nah, that's
Hey, that's
that's
good.
great.
That's
All
good.
it is it takes a start.
Yeah, that's
To
what I'm saying. You
do
gotta start somewhere.
If you're determined, man, you
start
can do it.
somewhere.
Nothing's impossible.
Nope.
But yeah, we can get into track 13. That one was called Gat Damn. I
Ooh,
wanted to
favorite.
mention what he was mentioning at first in the second verse. He was like, "Oh goddamn, I'm calling Lamb. MoneyGram goes in the bail. I'm in the jam." If y'all don't remember, Freddie Gibbs was locked up in what was it, 2015, 2016 time
16
Yeah.
Europe.
overseas and
Europe
shit.
game?
He did a couple months. He did
Where
a
was it?
couple
Like,
months,
where was he at? Austria or some random
something
like
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Europe, somewhere in Europe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
it was
and
over.
Lamb, I guess he goes by Lambo. I guess that's his manager, his business partner. Pretty much saying, get the bail ready. He's trying to get out of there. I guess he was facing what was the sexual assault accusations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it
Some
was
false. Yeah.
Court, I guess he supposedly
Yeah.
sexually assaulted a woman over there.
Yeah. He got that all taken care of. That was
Crazy.
all
I totally forgot
thrown
about
out
that
the
too.
window.
Yeah, I forgot about that too till I listened to the album. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot about all that.
Yeah. No, I mean
Yeah, I
some of
totally
these
forgot all about
records
that.
is when
Like,
he was in jail at that time. Yeah, some of these records I was hearing in the interview, like he
Yeah,
wrote
he
some
was
of
right.
he's right.
yeah, I think Flat Tummy T
He was
was
locked up for like 4 months.
yeah.
Yeah,
that was a
I guess Madlib already had a lot of these beats made, and he just had them kind of like running through his
Yeah,
head. Like,
he had to memorize. He didn't write them down, but he had it sonically in his head. It's like, look, this is how I want it to go for each record.
yeah,
He had the beats ready.
that's crazy, and that's probably why most of these records came out the way he did. Like the writing was like pure, but like he was vulnerable on a lot of these tracks. Deep, like he was rapping different in this album too. So, and especially he always said too, like Madlib's one of those guys was like you got to bring your best. You know what I mean? If you're on a Madlib beat, like especially having a whole album produced entirely by him, like you gotta, you know what I mean? You can't be no slouch. Like he's not gonna work with you if you're one of those. So
Slack off with a crazy beat. Like yeah, this is one of my favorite beats on it. Just the way it sounds like.
yeah. And then Freddie Gibbs coming with the melodies too. You know what I mean? Man was hitting the vocals. I like the song too. He was just reminiscing on different things, like when he was in jail, dreaming about a meal, sleep. He was sleeping in his whip with no heater and stuff like that. So he was reminiscing on a lot during that track. So yeah, this was one of those ones for sure.
Yeah, just reminiscing, just pouring out the liquor. You going through those tough times. Losing all your homies, just losing a couple people in your life. Sometimes you have to just pour that liquor up. Try to numb the pain, try to cope with the situations,
A lot of people do that.
And they do it. But sonically it's one of my favorite songs. Just the beat, I think anybody can relate to this one.
Yeah, it was a dope track. Well, so is track number 14, which is one of very few tracks that have features. I think there's only 3 tracks with features on this joint.
Yeah, you only got 5 features total.
This one's called Education, featuring Yasin Bey, or Most Def, whatever you want to call him, and Black Thought. I know Brian was amped up to talk about this one.
Black Thought. He said, "Whoa, he had the best verse on here."
Brian's been waiting all evening to talk about track number 14 right here.
And the thing is, it's the same thing as Flat Tummy Tea, because Flat Tummy Tea I had a lot written that I didn't say.
You know, spend like 20 minutes on one track.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing. Like, and I don't, because especially in this track, bro. This track you could spend a whole episode on this alone, bro. Like this was the most complex song on the album.
Yeah, it was dope. They all had a verse. Most stuff was on the first verse. Black Thought second.
Yeah, two of them. Those are like two, top tier heavyweight MCs and deep. Like, I mean, it's super conscious. You're gonna get something crazy from them, and it's not gonna be simple. It's gonna be something that you gotta listen to over and over again and kind of decode and dissect each line. That's why I said it's like I can't really say everything I want to say on this track because I'm still going back and like listen to it again, some new from it. But I guess apparently this was supposedly Mos Def's like it was supposed to be one of his songs like on the album, I guess, like years ago. I guess Freddie Madlib, yeah, Madlib, like this was his, like, Madlib made the beat for him and everything. So I think that's probably why it sounded raw like that, like the vocals and stuff like that, because I think it was already recorded because they already had snippets and stuff for it. So then I guess they just added Black Dot and
do it on there.
Track, yeah. But man, they were talking about a lot. And all three of them went crazy on this line. And shout out to Freddie Gibbs because he held his own. You know what I mean? With two guys like this, but Black Dot and Mos Def, their verses were like super complex, especially because they're educating us on a lot of different things. From African Americans being institutionalized to take advantage of, to being looked at as lesser than, and Mos Def was he painted a picture and used a lot of metaphors too, especially about the whole prison industrial complex. Started off this verse by saying they go in one way and come out crazy, and that's really how it is. I mean, there's really no like rehabilitation centers or anything like at all. We don't really get no benefits. It's based
talking about the struggles of imperialism and being institutionalized, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So, shit, everything I named. Yeah. So, there's so much. Like I said, there's so much I could say, but I didn't write everything down. Because I don't, like I said, I could spend a whole hour talking about this track like by itself. The last thing I would say for Black Dot, his verse, there was two things I wrote down for his was when he said underprivileged, Aboriginal, and indigenous. That was crazy to me, just alone, because I mean, being the ones from a native land, from Native Americans or Africans, we're the Aboriginals, we're the natives, we're the ones basically who were settled in here first, and yet we're underprivileged and everything that pretty much I mean, shit, we know the history, you know what I mean? Or some people don't even know the history at all. But then he ended his verse by saying, ended by saying if you want to play blind, just look straight into the light. The puppeteer's playing you for spite and worldwide. Hold on. Let me start that lower. He said ended by saying if you want to play blind, just look straight into the light. The puppeteer's playing you for spite and worldwide. What we're paying is the price, and that's life. Like, man, it's pretty much the higher ups just pulling the strings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're just paying the price, and that's a deep line. The whole track was just too complex, bro. Like
it's just too much.
I literally listened to it so much times and got so much from it that like I said, I could literally sit down and talk to you guys about this shit for an hour, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, man, we're on a time schedule, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like,
we've been live for an hour and 20 minutes, so
I mean, that's just how good this album is, bro. There's so much, like I feel like there's certain tracks on here where I could speak for like so long, but I tried to condense my review to the point where I'm like, let me just like get my point across and express how I feel. But like I said, man, they're gonna start calling me the Roger Ebert of album reviews, man, because shit, my review
deep into his reviews, man.
Deep in his reviews.
That's just how much I care for the music, bro. So I can't.
There's so much metaphors in this one. It's just like you can just learn so much from like this track by going back to it like so many different times.
Yeah, and it's the name of the album, Education. Like,
education. Black people was was looked at less than. We was either go to jail or you know what I'm saying, or we dead on the street or something. But just everybody had a great verse on here, as you can see. I mean, you could just kind of learn from each person on each line if you just keep going back to it.
Yeah, this is one of those ones you gotta put on repeat, and
you might miss
take the time to actually, dissect the track and listen what they talking about.
Yeah, like I said, this is the most complex track on the album, so you gotta go back, especially with someone like Black Thought and Mos Def. I felt like this album would have been not this album, but this song would have been dope with Jay Electronica if he was on it. Like this beat would have been, this beat was perfect for him too. So I'm like, especially with what they were talking about, if he was on this track, I'm like, you're like the missing piece. But hey, I mean, shit, you can't. What more do we need?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dope track for sure. We can get into the last. That was the second to last track. This is actually the last track of the album, 15 out of 15. Soul Right, and I think it was one of my favorite tracks on the album. And this is one of the tracks I said had like 6 different samples according to whosampled.com. So I didn't list them all. But, yeah, I'm be here talking for 10 minutes, his name and who fucking it was that was sampled on it.
It's too many to choose.
Much. Yeah, man. How do you feel? With this track to send off this project.
Great to close it out. He looking at his soul now. He just the struggles are coming up, and then now to finally just made it right. Let mom's like, look, you gonna get your soul right. Just keep moving forward, keep pushing. You're gonna get to that. You're gonna get to the end of the tunnel. You're gonna really get to where you want to go. It just sonically, this is really just great instrumental and just a way to get the end of the album, situated. So, definitely love the chorus on here as well.
Yeah, this was for sure a good ending to the album. Especially everything he talked about throughout the whole album. I mean, we pretty much got his like down there his whole life story and then some. And then talking about praying to get his soul right. You know what I mean? So a lot of people could relate to that too. I mean, things that they probably did in their past that I mean, it's done, it's set in stone. You know what I mean? So all you could do now is try to get your soul right. If you're in a better place, do better. He's giving back now to the community. Because I know in Freddie Gibbs' case, like he did so much to bring down his community by selling drugs and doing these things and messing around with the woman and breaking up a happy family, things like that, and to finally have the means to give back to his community. It's like, I mean, so that's commendable. It's like you could keep doing that and keep going down that same path, but the fact that he has it now and is able to get back to community and willing to do it, you know what I mean, is dope. He also said in the second verse, had to beat my case, can't turn Irie into a jail baby. I thought that was dope because Irie's his daughter, and how much people we know with that are fatherless or got a father in jail or someone like that. It's like he don't want his daughter to be a jail baby. It's like with it, another father in jail. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So he ended up beating this case. So that was good.
Yeah, definitely didn't want to see.
Yeah, another one he said was empty stomach, broken heart, and empty pocket. 3 things that occur to show you if you and your nigga solid. Know that they won't prosper, but the devil's still gonna form the weapon. I can't hold no grudges. My hand is too busy catching blessings. That last part was tight when he said that. Because like I said, like he said, empty stomach, broken heart, and empty pockets. When you got that, you kind of see who's the real ones around you that are gonna be solid. You know what I mean? And you pretty much just see from there. And you can't hold no grudges, but and now he's catching blessings. So he pretty much made it out of all that. So yeah,
just
what he say? He said, pass it off and drop it like Stockton, bitch. I facilitate. That line was fire too, though. To get away from the deep stuff, that line was tight.
Facilitate like Stockton,
Yeah, so man was over here.
Yeah, I'm for this.
Tossing it,
bagging up the dope, passing around, bam. Catching his blessings, catching your blessings in soul, and making sure you're not in the right state of mind and don't want to be a jail baby for those young kids out there. Definitely a great ending.
Yeah, sure. A dope, outro track, pretty much final track of the album. Now that we went through tracks 1 through 15, the final thing to discuss. and that is, what would you give a rating for this album? We're doing out of 10, right? For what I remember.
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
What would you give? I'll let you start, MCK. What would you give this album?
I give it a 10.
You went out of your way. You went all the way to Best Buy or wherever the fuck you went to get the hard copy. So I'm assuming you're like it's a higher rating. So.
And I stayed in the house and ordered it off of Amazon.
Never mind. He didn't take his ass up
Amazon.
Buy the album.
Off Amazon, it's like, yeah. When it came out, it's like, shoot, let me just order a couple CDs. I think I got like at the time, I think I got that album, Victory Lap, and a couple like some Outkast album.
Ooh, Victory Lap.
Yeah, I'll give this a 10 out of 10, bro. And it's my favorite album by. Yeah,
I'm giving it a 10.
I thought you were gonna give it a 9. I didn't think you were gonna give it a 10.
10.
And it's a classic, hands down. Especially because I as much as I like Pinata, you know what I mean, like him, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib doing it all over again for this album. Being the top album in 2019. Even Alfredo in 2020 was top 5 album for Freddie Gibbs.
I was gonna ask you that. Which project did you like better, Alfredo?
I personally like Bandana better. This is my favorite album.
Bandana or Pinata?
Bandana.
Yeah, this is my favorite. Bandana's my favorite album by Gibbs.
Yeah, Alfredo. Sure. Alfredo's gonna take some time though, but I think Bandana just.
Alfredo was dope. I love Alchemist. Yeah. He's one of my producers too, but this album is
Alchemist or Madlib.
Ooh, I'm more of a Madlib guy. Damn. Madlib on this one.
I have to, man. It's my job.
I go with Madlib. I gotta get these questions. Alchemist, especially, and one thing too, I feel like with Freddie Gibbs too, I love his other albums that he has, but man, he works best with Madlib and Alchemist. Those like the two, because he has the, when you look at it this way, it's like, bro, he made this Bandana album, right? And then immediately was, caught the attention of, the hip hop heads basically saying like, damn, this is either the number 1 or top 5 album 2019. That makes Alfredo with Alchemist. This is number 1 or top 5 in 2020 back to back. So that means those are basically his 2 top albums with 2 top tier producers. And then he also has Fetty with Currency. So he's worked with Alchemist with, before with that. He has Pinata, work with Madlib. I feel like when he works with those 2, like, man, it's gonna be classic. So, and the fact that
you're real hip hop fan, you gotta go check that shit out.
Yeah, and he made the beats on the iPad. It's like, come on, bro. Like,
nah, ain't nobody doing it like that.
Simple Garage Band, man. He going all out on the iPad, man. I don't know how he did it.
I think Manny Fresh does it made beat from the iPad too. I read something about that.
How do you make some dope ass beats on the iPad?
That's just wild, man.
I don't know. Pierre did
everything, like you using the iPad, man. Like,
yeah,
hey, some people making beats in the Uber and stuff. It's crazy these days.
Making beats in Uber,
making beats in Uber, airports, anywhere.
Yeah, man.
Where they can get some time.
Man. You got to be a master like Madlib though to do something
know what
like
the fuck
that.
you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to make and have quality like this, like, bro, these are some of the best tracks and beats that you heard. You know what I mean? Especially by Madlib. So yeah, and I like how the album was mixed too. The vocals are raw. I give it a 10, man. So what about y'all?
I'm giving it a 9.5. Getting a 9.5. I just only track I didn't really mess with was like Flat Tummy T far as the beat.
Oh my!
It didn't beat.
I'll give it a 9.
That's all I'm getting. I'm 9.5 on that though. That's it.
I mean,
everything else was great.
9, 9.5, and 10. That's our rating.
So wait, so all right, that's fair. What was Benny's? We had 9.5 and 9. Yeah. So this is the first 10.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's still the first 10 out of 10.
It was even his album choice, and he's giving it a 10.
Yeah, giving it a 10.
No, he give his own album choice a 10. Even you got to mix it up though. Maybe he didn't want to, he didn't want to give it a 10 for his first choice.
I didn't want to give it a 10. People
only reason I didn't give Benny the 10, I would have gave Benny a 10 too, but it was that Dom Kennedy track, bro.
That Dom Kennedy track.
It's one thing. That's all it was. Yeah. It was one thing for me.
That's what I'm saying. I feel you, bro. Yeah, I feel you.
Like it's like one of those. Like it just depends on my mood if I really want to play that record all the time. It's just like everything else is sonically I'll play it all the time.
Do you think that's a skip though? Because personally, I feel like this album has absolutely no skips.
I mean, it's a skip. Like my mood changes.
As I say, if I have a different mood, it's gonna be skipped either way. I mean,
it's gonna be skipped.
It's gonna be skipped. I'm not feeling it at that moment.
Yeah, it's just at that moment. But yeah,
but if you're talking about listening front to back, I can see what you're saying.
This album got crazy replay value too.
We don't want to discuss this.
Oh yeah, no.
Dom Kennedy only got 3 good songs. Nah, you're tripping, bro. Get that comment out.
He got 3 good songs.
Man,
whoa.
I just want to hear your answer. What would those 3 good songs be? Let us know what those 3.
That's funny though. 3 good songs. Let us know right now in the comments.
I'm curious, man. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. I'm not gonna judge you. I just want.
We're not judging opinions. We want to reflect on it.
I've heard crazier things, so man, I'm not gonna judge you on that. But I just want to know what those 3 good songs are.
Damn.
I mean, 3 good songs. He got a lot of dope mixtapes back in the day. Couple of albums. Yeah. I see 2. I only see 2 songs right there. Watermelon Sunday in 1997. That's great. Right. Those are dope tracks though. Give me one more. Give me one more record.
Still more. The one with Kendrick, was dope. Fucking
I mean, bro, from the West Side.
Get Home Safely had some good tracks on there.
Get Home Safely, that was a dope one.
Like, that's for sure.
He's got plenty.
Just the newer stuff.
Project.
He's got
the newer one.
I mean,
I'm not really, big on songs.
Hey, just the newer stuff is just not. I'm not messing with.
Yeah, it's just his newer stuff. This is newer stuff. But if you go back, man, Dom Kennedy was popping, bro, like crazy. Especially, I mean, we're from San Diego, so it's like, shit, I was listening to him heavy in high school, bro. Like I had Dom Kennedy in the headphones damn near all the time. So, but that was early Dom. You know what I mean? I think his last album it was whatever. So,
no, it was whatever. But I mean, I'm surprised
in my type of party. That was a dope track.
All right,
he's got way better songs than
that. I'm surprised he doesn't have like When I Come Around. He played that Anywhere.
When I Come Around, that's a dope track. That's a vibe right there, man.
Yeah, that's a vibe. Everybody knows the lyrics.
Still go out.
He's got songs, bro.
Yeah,
but hey, everyone got an opinion, you know what I mean? Yeah. I heard music is opinionated, so I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah, man, but off topic, man. My phone been blowing up this whole damn fucking episode, man. I didn't think Silk the Shocker was gonna be giving us a bunch of tweets, man. Shit. I don't know if y'all on Twitter, man, but Silk the Shocker give me
mixed reviews.
Shit, thought he was hard though.
Y'all gotta go check out this Bandana album. Go check out Madlib's recent album. He just instrumental album he just dropped, Sound Ancestors. So man,
make sure to check it out.
Get ready for Monday.
And make sure to check us out too. Not just them, check us out too. Pure Rap Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Pure Rap Podcast. You can find us. It's not that hard to spell out either, so you'll find us either way. I don't have to I don't have to spell it out for you. Pure Rap Podcast. Subscribe, follow, leave us comments. Leave us reviews. Do what you got to do. Share it with your friends and all that too. More people, the better. We just getting started too. And then this is barely our second album review.
Yeah, go listen to this album. Same thing with the Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof. Go listen to those 2 albums. If you haven't, come back and watch our reviews and drop a comment.
Share it to your family and friends, man.
Comment. Man.
Man. Shout out, Abraham. Shout out A-Rod. That Rich on Dreams. He's got his merch.
Oh yeah, I gotta cop
that out. Yeah, go cop that.
Support your friends.
Yeah, man.
Need one.
Go cop that.
Support that.
And
So
go check
out to
this
everybody.
out. Yeah, Freddie Gibbs, Madlib, one of the dope producers out there. Sonically, hey, you know, you got the good funk, got the good.
That
Just
soulful
check that one out.
vibes.
Check Pinata too. Before he did this one as well, check that out. And also,
Yeah.
you know, check out all his recent stuff he did with MF Doom and all that, and Jay Dilla. So y'all need to go check that out. You know, sign.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So
man, it was a good night.
Yeah, J
looking forward
Lib
to
and
more album
Madlib.
reviews. Looking forward to more album reviews. I got my choice up next, and we're gonna give the audience a choice. I haven't picked it yet. I might just go figure out what I'm gonna do tonight, and I'll let y'all know. And we'll let you know on Monday. On Monday's episode, we might just let you know what we're gonna do for next Wednesday. So yeah, make sure to tune in on Monday for episode 5 of the Peer Rap Podcast. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. Thank you for everyone that's gonna watch the replay. Thank you for everyone that goes out of their way to share, subscribe, follow, and all that. I hope you guys have a great night. You guys got anything else to say before we get going?
Nah, get ready for episode 5. Episode 5.
Yeah, get ready for the.
Looking forward
Get
to
ready
it.
for more news on Monday. That's all.
Yeah. Our energy would be better on episode 5. It's usually better on the podcast. The album reviews we're kind of locked in, so it's like, I'm trying to is it
kind of go along with the plan too. Dissect these
songs are deep.
Dissect.
You know what I mean? I'm thinking about a lot at the same time, so it's like, man. But during our episodes, y'all could watch it. It'd be hilarious. I just roasted Tory Lanez on my Instagram, so BrianMP.K.
Yeah, you gotta
do man like that. We might just bring that up for episode 5. We'll bring that up for Monday's episode.
Save it.
We might just put that up for Monday's episode, Brian. We'll put you up. We'll put the video up. So yeah, make sure to tune into that. Y'all have a great night, all right?
Yes, sir. You too, man.
Sir.
See ya.